Hello guys, thank you and welcome to my channel. My name is Anthony. I do take this opportunity to welcome all of you who have taken your time today to watch my video. I do pray that you will find it satisfactory and that you will find it beneficial and gain knowledge that will be helpful to you as a person. In our video for today, I'd like us to focus on a specific topic that has emphasis on success of a leader. Okay, we are still continuing with our mini series leadership talks, and our topic for today is patterning success. So how do we pattern success as young leaders? It is important to notice that you as a leader are an advocate of change. You want to bring about change in society, and because you want to bring about change, you need to have the right mindset, okay, so that you're able to do what you want to do in an effective way. Every leader who comes forth to advocate for change is a leader who wants to implement a new idea to society and in a specific place that you have been called to bring about change. So you as a young leader want to implement the idea or the vision that you have been given or that God has given you concerning a particular problem in society. Okay, one thing we have to notice with success is that success is never accidental. Yeah, success is never accidental. Yes, there are some elements of success which have an aspect of luck, but as I mentioned before, luck is only successful when it meets preparation or preparedness. So your level of preparedness, okay, gives you the consistency that you need to provide a certain set of results consistently. So you as a leader need to have a formula that you use, okay, to pattern the methodology that you want to use to provide a certain set of constant results. What is success? Success is your ability to achieve the intended objective that you set out to achieve. So you as a leader need to align what you define as success with the requirements of society concerning a particular situation. So you want to come forth and solve a particular problem. That problem, okay, is causing certain distress to the people that are being affected by it. So how do you measure success within that context? Is when you alleviate the problems or the suffering of those people so that it does not apply to them. So we can only say that you are successful if what you are doing has been able to remove that burden or problem from the people that it was affecting. Okay, so you as a leader will have to define success in that context with the completion of the project that you're doing, okay, in terms of it being able to alleviate the suffering of the people. So any venture that a leader goes out to do, that a leader sets out to do, has or needs to have a way in which it can be measured in terms of its success rate. How do you define success in your leadership, sphere, in your leadership quest? When you are a certain leader in a certain position, okay, how can we rate you? What parameters do we use to measure how successful you have been. So you as a leader need to come up with the parameters that you will use to measure how fruitful your quest has been to alleviate a certain problem or to solve a certain problem that was ailing society. And the way the Bible says in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. So everything that we are doing in this generation has been done in the previous generation. What we are changing are just the pieces that are being moved. It's like life is like a board game. You know, when you have checkers. So the board game of life never changes. What changes are the pieces that are being used to move. So the board game is the structure of life. The pieces that move, those are the different individuals. So you'll find out that whatever you're trying to achieve as a leader now or in the future, someone else in history has been able to do a replica of the same thing that you're doing. What is different is just the time frame that you're doing it in. You're doing it in this era, 2025, 26, 27. That person did it in 1930. But if you would take a deeper analysis of what they were doing, you'll find that there are similarities in what they were able to achieve when it comes to the principles that they applied. So leadership is a factor of principles that we are able to apply in order to guarantee us certain results that we want to receive or we want to see. So we only change the environment in which we apply those principles and the people who are being used to apply those principles. But the principles of success does not change or do not change. Okay? For example, there is one factor that is constant in successful people: discipline. So you need to have discipline. You know, motivation is good, but motivation does not bring success, because motivation is not something you can depend on. Today you're motivated, tomorrow you're not. But when you're disciplined, it means there is a consistency. So there is a reliability element in you that we can rely on you to be able to give a certain set of constant results day in, day out. So discipline is a factor of success. So discipline is one. Planning is another factor for success, because you need to plan. You need to plan how you're going to execute your vision. You need to plan how you're going to evaluate your progress. You need to plan how you're going to deliver. So discipline is one, planning is one. So you see, these are principles of success that cut across generations. They do not change. Whether it was in the 1800s, the principle of discipline is still applicable in the success of a certain thing. So you as a leader, you need to understand what field of leadership do you want to venture into, and identify the people who will help you pattern the framework of success that you want to achieve. Because we all need to pattern, okay, how we're going to achieve success. So in short, you need role models. You need people that you look up to who have been in the same field, done the thing that you want to do, and have been able to achieve a certain set of results. Because you are looking up to somebody who has preceded you. This person, by learning from their lessons, you simplify, okay, the process that you have to go through to be effective in that leadership. When you pattern yourself after a person who has gone before you, you shorten the time it would have taken for you to achieve certain results, because they shorten the experiences, they can summarize. If they have taken 10 years to learn a particular lesson, if you go and study them through the various platforms, probably they have a podcast channel, they have a book out, there is a way that they are sharing the information. So when you get access to this information, it gives you a summary of the important things that you should focus on in a nutshell. So they summarize years of hard work, years of experience, years of lessons, the years it has taken them to learn these things. They have summarized these things in a book, in talks, in podcasts, in videos. So when you identify what you want to do or where you want to be a leader, you look for people who have gone before you, people with similar principles that you admire, people who inspire you, so that you can emulate a certain brand of leadership that resembles what you want to do. It does not mean that you are going to do exactly what they're doing, but there are certain traits that they have. There is a certain way that they carry themselves. There's a certain principle that they apply in their life that motivates you to emulate. So you need to identify such people and get the lessons from them. Then you need to take your vision, extract the lessons that they teach you, and then apply them to your vision. Because what changes is the scope of the vision. The principles remain the same. The principles that guarantee success always remain the same. What changes is the place where you have been called to apply your vision and the people that are involved in fulfilling that vision. So you need to find people who can help you pattern or model your formula for success, because the formula is already out there. So you find people who will help you fit your plan, fit your vision, align it with the principles that have been proven to work, and therefore bring about a modification that is applicable in your circumstance or in your situation. Because every young leader, every future leader, every current leader, there's nothing new that you're coming to do. Probably your vision could bring a certain element of newness or freshness, but the principles that vision will work by or work with is something that has been done before. So to save you the work, all the effort that it takes to start something from scratch and learn from your mistakes, just find people in society who can inspire you, role models who can lead you and guide you to shorten your path, to simplify your journey, so that you don't have to go through a long process, to achieve the results that you want. You need to work smart, not work hard. The more smarter you are, the more easier you're going to find it, in your journey. You're going to be able to achieve much more within a shorter period of time, because you've been able to identify what are the most important things or lessons that I need to learn that are essential for my leadership journey. So once you know that you need certain essential lessons or principles that will guide your path to success, identify the people who will help you get there. So you can find them online, you can find them physically, they can be in proximity to, where you are. Some of you, these are people that you have been working under, probably you have worked with them, so you need to identify what your vision is and where do you want to go, and stand for leadership. So depending on where you have been called to lead, that will inform the type of people that will help you, okay, come up with the right principles that will aid you pattern your vision and align it to the principles that will help you achieve it. So success does not just happen out of the blues. We have formulas that work. We have principles that have been tested and tried that work. So you need to identify what works for the field of leadership that you have been called to, and look at the people who inspire you, people who bear a resemblance of what you want to look like, and then pattern yourself after the models that they have used before. So you can gain the lessons from them. It will help you save on time and wastages so that you are more efficient as a leader and you are more fruitful in your quest to provide effective leadership to the people that you have been chosen to represent. Okay? So that's all I wanted to share today. I pray that that makes sense to someone out there, and I pray that you will take that step to look for mentors, to look for people who can guide you, to look for people who are called forerunners, who have done these things before you, so that you have a blueprint that is tested and tried out. You have principles that are accurate. Okay? So that's it for me today. I thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you for my next episode. Cheers.